Hi guys, this is another video on my YouTube channel, Talking with the Lord, and today we are going to be talking about the 7 deadly sins. And I know somewhere around August, like literally today, probably last year, I talked about this. It's only like not that bad. It's like 2 pages. This is my old notebook where I talk about everything and what I used to talk about. So I wrote the 7 deadly sins on here, and today I just want to talk about it again to get an idea. And I feel like now a lot of these sins are normalized, and I feel like I need to talk about this. So what are the 7 deadly sins? Pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. Those are the 7 deadly sins, and each of them are so important, and they help character development. They help all this. They help you get closer with God, most importantly. So, let's start. Like I said before, pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. So I'll give a quick summary of what each one is, and then I'll start breaking it down. And then after breaking it down, I'll say how to stop that, how to change that habit out of your path, how to kick it out, how to get better at not dealing with those sins. So let's start with pride. Pride is like you have a big ego, you think you're better than everyone else. Greed is where you like everything for yourself, you're selfish. Wrath is like you're angry, you're angry at everything. Envy is like jealousy, you try to deceive, or you try to do as much as you can to try and stop that person being good. Lust is, doing bad things, sexual stuff, and watching some things you can't watch. Gluttony is eating too much, and even when you're full, not saving food for other people, taking everything for yourself. And sloth is being lazy, and not doing the things you have to do, and just sitting there expecting it to be done for you, not for you to do it for yourself. So let's start. So pride, the first one is pride. What do you guys think pride is? Like, when you think of it, like I said, it's having an ego, but it's not really just having an ego. It's like you think you're the best. You think sometimes some people think they're better than God. Some people who thought they were better than God? Like Lucifer, the fallen angel, mainly Satan. He thought he was better than God. So now he was an archangel. So now he fallen down. He was a fallen angel. Now he became Satan. And just being like, there's like a story or like a parable where in the Bible it's like you put yourself in the best seat in like dinner, you're having dinner, you put yourself in the best seat, but the people will tell you go and sit in the worst seat. When you go and humble yourself and you sit in the worst seat, people will tell you come in the best seat. It's not typically exactly like that, but it's a way of saying, it's like a message or a metaphor saying how you can't think you're better than everyone else, because people are gonna think like, wow, like what is that person doing? Like who do they think they are? And it's just gonna it is a good way to have confidence in yourself, but not to a point where you think you're better than everyone else, you think you're prettier than everyone else, or you're a good player or in your sport better than everyone else. It's not a good thing for your character or for your identity, but just be humble at this point. Because it's like, at this point, like, you think you're better than everyone. Like, I can't really get the words to form, but when you think you're better than everyone else, it doesn't really make sense, because I made a video about this, I don't know when, but another time, but, sorry. When you're better than everyone else, it just makes no sense, because we're all human. We're all the same thing. we're all unique. We're all different. We have different qualities, facial structures, but we're all human. That doesn't make us better or worse. So you saying to that one person, oh, I'm prettier than you, or oh, I'm more stronger than you, or oh, I'm more blah 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 than you, that makes no sense, because we're all human anyway. There's no difference except for our personalities, our features, and all of that. But deep down, we're all human. And that also goes for bullying or for harassment or for making fun of someone. When you make fun of someone, it's like, yeah, about pride, or that is a part of the deadly sins. Bullying and making fun of someone, we're all human. It doesn't make us better or worse. Like I said before, we're all equally the same. We're all equally made in the image of God. So why would you go and start bullying? Even if you're a Christian, even if you're a Muslim, even if you're Jewish or whatever, you shouldn't just be bullying. So, yeah. Next up is greed. Greed is taking and hogging, like I said, and yeah, being selfish. Oh, also, sorry about greed. For pride, there is a Bible verse. It says, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23. A man's pride will bring him low, but the humble in spirit will retain honor. Be humble, you need God and others. Pray and serve. Yeah. I wasn't done talking about pride. Because I was talking about the bullying part. So, it is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23. Like I was saying before, be humble. Be super humble. And when you're humble, things will come in your way. Not just from other people, but you will see, oh, I might need this person's help. Or, I might need God's help. And that will help you so much in life. Pray and serve. Pray to God. You need God. Without God, we're literally nothing. He created us. So without Him, we're dust, air. We're nothing. So don't think you're better than God, because God is the one who created you, and God is the one who helped you go into these paths. Okay, now with greed. Greed is excessive taking, excessive eating, excessive money, wanting money, idols, anything, excessive anything. Yeah, being selfish, not sharing. And Proverbs chapter 15, verse 27 says, a greedy person stirs up conflict, but the one who trusts in the Lord will prosper. Also, greed can be idolatry. Because when you keep taking money, or when you keep taking money or anything that you want, food, that will start to become an idol. That money or that food will start to become an idol, and you will start worshiping to that, which is also a sin, because in the commandments God says to have Him as number one. Not literally, actually no, literally number one. When you first wake up, pray to Him, choose Him in all things. You can't be like, oh, I'll pray to Him later, let me go do this first. No, literally, straight up, talk to Him for like a minute, and then go back, and then later go and pray to Him. Just have Him first. Be generous, have love, and give to the need. That homeless person you might not want to give money to, because they think they might spend it on drugs or on whatever, or not food or water. That person might be Jesus in disguise, or an angel in disguise, because when you help, when you be humble, that will help you in your walk with Christ. Not literally like God's gonna reward you straight up, but no, it's gonna help you as a person. Start being humble, start sharing more, because when you share, it unites. When you share or give someone a part of your food or help them with something, share and give them a little bit of your help and effort, it unites us. And to be Christian, it's to unite. Unity. One Catholic and Apostolic Church. That's the Catholic Church where they say one Catholic and Apostolic Church. One means unity. United as one. We really need that in this world and in this generation, society now. Not even generation, this whole world needs to be united. So many things breaking us apart with politics, religion, or different types of things, and it's just all ripping us apart. God literally created us as one human, united, to love him, to serve him. But just at this, be kind, be humble, try and help others. Even when you're tired, just give a little bit. And I know God says to be selfless, and to, yes, be selfless, help others, but put yourself. If you are in need of help or anything, ask God, ask other people. And when you're good enough to help other people, start helping other people. So now wrath. Wrath is extreme anger, anger issues, disrespect. And you're just mad at everything. You yell at everything. You have an attitude. Not just your parents, but to everybody. Like, any little thing gets you mad. And I don't understand why you would get mad. Because maybe some person didn't mean it. Or you shouldn't even be yelling at your parents. And it is a part of the commandments, but if your parents are mistreating you, it also said in the Bible, the parents should be mistreating the kids, and the kids should be mistreating the parents. So James chapter 1 verse 20 says, "For the anger of man doesn't produce the righteousness of God." And exactly, when you're angry, it doesn't show God's love, even if when you're a Christian. And also Ephesians chapter 4 verse 31 to 32 says, "Be patient, learn to be quiet, and to control your emotions. Be in your zone," which is basically meditation or praying to God. Be patient, learn. And also, when there's a difference between anger and, you see how I'm talking now? It's not anger. This is a way for you to be prepared. This is a warning before, like my other video, the book of Revelations, before God comes back. This is a stern voice for you to understand and to listen before God comes back. And now, James chapter 1 verse 20, "For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God." Be humble. Don't be angry if someone does something wrong. Teach them. Don't yell at them. Don't scream. Use a voice where they would listen. Like this voice, or maybe a kinder voice, like gentle parenting, but just not the parenting part, but just be gentle. And now Ephesians, be patient, learn to be quiet. Not literally shut your mouth and don't say anything, but when you need to confront someone, but not in a way you start yelling and then it leads to fight and then to sin. And now to an enemy. You shouldn't have enemies. Even if they're your enemy, you shouldn't think of them as your enemy, even if they do. Who cares? Let God deal with it. Learn to be quiet when something happens. Just say a few words and that's it. Don't get super angry to the point where you start yelling at them. Hey, even if it's unfair. And don't hold a grudge. And when something happens, control your emotions. Sit, be humble. Talk to them nicely. And if they don't listen, let God deal with that and forgive them no matter what. Even if they didn't ask for forgiveness, forgive them, because it literally cuts out of your mind. I made a video about this last year. Just forgive them. Don't hold a grudge, because God will deal with it. God will give them that punishment. Well, not punishment, but God will show them that what they did was wrong. Now, envy. Envy is jealousy, wanting others' achievements extremely. Envy is so stupid in my opinion. It's literally, all these deadly sins are so stupid. Be happy for what other people achieve. Don't try and get in their way or try to sabotage them so you can get that achievement or so they won't get that achievement. It's so stupid. I don't understand how people go and try to ruin other people's achievements. That's for them. Even if they cheated, or let them be. God will deal with it. As many times I will say, God will deal with it. Stop trying to go and sabotage other people's achievements, medals, things that they worked hard for, that you didn't work hard for. It's so stupid. I don't understand how you would go and, like Cain and Abel, murder. They were siblings, murdered. And it's just so stupid in this society, especially with medals they achieved, or something in school, or in a relationship they achieved. They worked together, they talked, and people are so jealous. They want to go because they don't have what they have. God will give you what you need. You have to be patient. And maybe what they have isn't good for you. It won't lead you to God. Every person is different, but we're all human. It's like so many different flowers, but they're all flowers. Or so many different animals, but they're all animals. We all have different things, but we're all human. It's so stupid. Be humble. Be patient. Ask others what you think is good for you. Work hard for that. I will say it so many times, work hard and ask God for help for what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve something, like if you want to be a really good soccer player, a really good football player, or a really good doctor, or anything, work hard for that. You can't, exactly with sloth, you can't sit there and be lazy and wait for it to come to you. You have to work hard for that. You have to ask God for help. So yeah. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 30 says, "A tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot." Be thankful. Thank God for the things we have. Exactly, another point. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful you woke up today. Be thankful you have lungs. Be thankful you have lungs to breathe. Be thankful you have limbs. You have to walk. You can move your arms. You can work out. You can eat. You can drink. You have a roof over your head. You have hair. You have eyes, you have a nose, you have eyebrows. Even if you don't have hair, be thankful you even have a brain. Some people are brain dead. Some people don't have organs. Some people want to live, but they're in the hospital 24/7. Some people are sick. Some people can't get up. Some people can't do the things they used to do. Be grateful for what you have. So yeah, sorry. My glasses are right here. I don't want to wear my glasses, but be grateful for what you have. And be humble. Don't try and get into other people's way so you can have what they want. Let them be. That's their achievement. That's what they have. They worked hard for that. Leave them alone. Next up is gluttony. I used to struggle with that because when you're stressed or when you're sinning, you want to find a way to indulge. You want to find a safe place, and for me it was eating, or it was mainly eating, or talking a lot. And I know talking a lot is a good thing, but sometimes talking a lot will lead to sin. But for me it was gluttony, and gluttony is basically excessive eating even when you're full and when you're not hungry. Not just with food. Gluttony could be with money, with egoism. Gluttony is when you take too much, when you're also selfish, when you're greedy. You see how all these 7 deadly sins link together? Gluttony could be an excessive amount of watching lustful stuff, or taking too much food, taking too much money, being greedy, being lazy. It's all linked together, these deadly sins. And Proverbs chapter 23 verse 21 says, "Those who eat and drink too much become poor. They sleep too much and end up wearing rags. They become slothful, lazy. They become greedy. They become lustful." Exercise. Don't eat too much, but not too little. You can't have a little bit of food and you can't have a lot of food. We have to have the food that God gave us, nutrition food, not ultra processed foods at the shop, or things that the ingredients you can't even read. Stuff that God made us for us to eat. Meat, fish, fruits. Vegetables. All that stuff. It's the foods that God gave us. You sleep too much and end up wearing rags. You ruined yourself. Literally, when we say we don't like our body or we look so ugly, but we're made in the image of God, sometimes we ruined ourselves. We probably ate too much. We became big. And not necessarily that's a bad thing, but the eating too much part is a bad thing because it is gluttony. We have to share, give food, be humble. But if it is a way to your safe space, talk to God, talk to me. And I know I sound mad. It's just that these sins are becoming so normalized, and it's stupid. It's horrible. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when we made ourselves too big or we got plastic surgery, we are made in the image of God. We ate too much and we became big. But oh yeah, now that I remember what I said, being overweight is not a bad thing. Probably it's caused by stress, or maybe it's a genetic thing. But when you get big from eating too much, that's gluttony. And if that is from a way to be in a safe space, talk to me, talk to God, talk to the people around you, whoever, no matter who. Talk to God most importantly, though. And oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say again. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Oh, and it's not necessarily, being big isn't necessarily bad, but yes, I just remember what I was gonna say. Being big isn't bad, but it is hurting our body. But if you're like a little overweight, doesn't matter. But when you're like 600 pounds, like the 600-pound life, I don't know why they make that show for entertainment. That's stupid. That person's gonna die soon, probably. We should be helping them, not laughing at them, saying, oh, look how much they're eating. Help them. And if they don't want to get help, let God deal with it, or let them deal with it, because God already dealt with it by us helping them. God used us to help them. But if they don't want to listen, it's their fault, because it literally hurts our body. It crushes our organs. It clogs our arteries. That stuff isn't good. But not just being fat clogs our arteries. The food that we eat clogs our arteries. That's why we need to eat the food that God gave us. Now sloth. Sloth is laziness and not caring, avoiding God and work. Same thing with all these other sins. Being lazy isn't going to get you anywhere. But when you need recovery, when you're injured or when you're sick and you need recovery and you need to be in bed, or you can't do the work that you need to do, God will give you that rest. But don't take it to the point where it's going to be the rest of your life. It shouldn't be like that. Recover, get better, start slow, and then go back to normal. That's how it should be. Not just being lazy. I mean, I kind of dealt with that when I got sick. I was lazy. I couldn't get out the bed sometimes because of how tired I was. But after I started getting better, I started working slow, and then I got back to normal. But still, I am going slow at some times because my body still needs rest, because I am still sick and I still need to recover. But I still try my best to get up and do the things I need to do for school, for work, or just things I need to do at home, or making these videos. And I'm sorry I don't make videos as often. I am trying my best, and I am also helping myself in my relationship with God and others around me that need help. So yeah. Proverbs. I don't know which one that says, but it says Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. A sluggard craves and gets nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Proverbs chapter 13, verse 4. A sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is supplied. Don't rest 24/7. Do something while having fun. When you do something productive, but not so boring to the point where you don't want to do it, or so hard you don't want to do it. Do something fun. Play music while you're running. Play music while you're cleaning, or doing anything really. Or talk to God while you're doing those stuff. Yep. While having fun. Don't be laying in bed or anything. I'm pretty sure you guys know what sloth is. Now, the last one. I literally saved this for last because it is getting so normalized in this society. It's so stupid. Same thing with envy. The two sins I hate the most is envy and lust. Lust, when you literally say it, lust, it's so stupid. It makes me so mad. Not mad like wrath, but it's mad because it's stupid. We shouldn't be, especially at a young age. At a young age, we should be exploring, creating, growing up, developing, not indulging in these sins at such a young age. That's how normalized it's getting. Lust is a strong desire for adultery, sexual things. Watching porn. Looking up stuff on the internet you shouldn't be. Literally, talking bad about some people, saying, oh, this girl looks good in this, or that girl looks good in that. Why would you say that's stupid? That's a person created in the image of God and you're disrespecting them like that. Imagine how they would feel if you said that right in front of them. Especially a kid. Like the files. Or people around you probably talk about that. How stupid is this? We're talking about our bodies that are sacred. That is a holy temple. Literally in the image of God. We all have the same parts, but it is our holy temple. We should be keeping to ourselves. And even if we keep it to ourselves, when other people talk about our holy temple behind our backs, how stupid is that? This is why I wanted to keep it last, because why would you commit adultery or look at someone like that? We should be looking with love, with care, not with lust, and watching all this stuff. I know that's probably like a safe space, like gluttony. That shouldn't be. Talk with God. And you disrespecting other people's bodies or saying all this stuff and making jokes. Even if you make jokes, it's still a sin. And there is, make a joke without sinning. Like, don't be like, make stupid jokes or talk about that person's body, or make a joke making fun of someone. Same thing with bullying. That's not funny. It's a sin. Yeah, maybe it could be funny, but when you think about it, that is a sin. And sometimes I find it funny, but it is a sin. And I should stop laughing at stuff like that. And you should stop laughing at stuff like that. We're all not human. We're all not perfect. Wait, did I just say we're all not human? We're all human. We're not perfect. But we should stop these little sins like me. I should stop laughing at that. I actually stopped. But sometimes there are moments where I shouldn't be. But if you are a person who struggles with this type of stuff, with sexual immorality or committing adultery or looking at someone like that or making a joke, why would you make a joke? That's so stupid. I keep saying stupid, but it really is. You are a kid. Even if you're an adult, you shouldn't be making these type of jokes. Because that person might not feel comfortable. They might not want to talk with you. They might not want to be with you because you're making those jokes. Imagine if someone said a joke about your body or about how you look. Or maybe how you're built like. Or maybe how you're made in the image of God. That's bullying and that's sexual. How do you feel after committing a joke, talking about someone's body, or straight up watching porn and making a joke out of it? It shouldn't even exist. That website shouldn't even exist. That's literally the devil's website for you to get trapped in his trap. To be lured into his trap. To bring you farther from God. It's just stupid. But 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18 says, "Flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside the body. But whoever sins sexually sins against their own body." Because you're talking about another body, so you're sinning against your own. Keep your body a holy temple. Work out. Take care of your body. Eat the foods God gave us. Recover. Literally, don't show off your body on the internet either. Don't try and look good for other people. Don't wear, it doesn't matter what you wear, but if you wear clothes specifically to get people's attention, you might as well get the attention from the devil. Because you're already trying to get other people's attention to look at your body, to look at your holy temple. You don't even care about the God's attention. Not the God, but God's attention. Makes no sense. So yeah. That is all the 7 deadly sins. This is a 30-minute video, or maybe longer, 33, 35. But the moral of this video is stop making these stupid sins. You don't have to try and do these sins to look good in front of people, to try and show off, hey, look at me, I'm making these jokes about these people showing off their body, or oh, I'm being greedy, or oh, I'm bullying so I can look good, so I can show off in front of other people and I can fit in. If you want to fit in with the world, fit in with the world, but just know when Jesus was in this world, they hated him. Jesus says, when the world hates you, know that it is hated me first. Why would you try and fit in with the world if you know that the world hated Jesus? Why would you try and be friends with, not be friends, but fit in with things that are being normalized? To show off, to be like, oh, I'm a cool kid or whatever. Or I'm popular. Popular and cool, popular doesn't exist. When you're popular, it's when you get along with people, you love to socialize, or you want to fit in and do bad worldly stuff. That's literally both what it means. Popular doesn't exist. Everybody's popular in their own way. Everybody gets along with friends or with people or maybe with other things, other topics. But please, guys, listen to this video. It is so stupid, especially the last part. That's why I kept it last, because it is the most stupidest thing someone can fall into. And I know sometimes when we sin, we feel guilty, but that is the devil making us guilty, and that's how we become far from God. After you sin, just be like, hey, God, I'm so sorry, and I know you feel guilty, and it's okay to feel guilty, but don't let it get into your head. Ask God for forgiveness and start all over. God doesn't care if we sin, because we're not human. We're human. We're not perfect. So it's okay if we fall back down, as long as we get back up. What matters is we get back up, not that we stop sinning, because we're not perfect. God came on the cross to die for us, to take care of our sins, to cover it. So that is why we should keep going. If we don't keep going, then God basically died on the cross for nothing. That's not nice, for us and for God. Keep going. Keep that commitment going. It's not about trying not to sin or trying to be perfect, but it's about honesty and commitment, like I said before in the other video. So commit your life to God. Remember how Jesus carried up that cross? He fell back down, got back up, fell back down, got back up, fell back down, got back up, and he kept falling back down, getting back up. That is like us with our relationship with God. Literally. Fall back, we sin, we get back up. We get closer to Jesus. We need to get closer to Jesus. We need to stop sinning. Just, if you know that you're sinning, stop. But if you didn't know you're sinning and then you find out later, that's okay. Ask God for forgiveness. But when you be like, oh, that's a sin, I'm going to keep doing it. What's the point of Jesus dying on the cross then? No point. So, this is the moral of the story, guys. Not the story. I keep saying moral of the story, but the video. I will be making a TikTok on this YouTube video and shortening it, and because I know I stop and I say or I slur in my words a lot, so I'm sorry about that. Just like now I said but yeah, I will cut the video out and I will make it easy for you guys to understand. So guys, I love you guys so much. Please, please, please listen to me. Listen to God. Listen to the Bible. Please, God, I'm begging you. And I love you guys so much. And amen. Bye, guys.